Warning, going into this video and any further video I post from now on, which includes my actual voice. I may try and change it just a little bit, or maybe not, depending on what it is I'm videotaping. I just want to let you know that this is not really how my voice sounds. My voice sounds a little different, so like I have a speech impediment or anything. Not that I have anything against anybody with those. Some of my friends have them. I'm completely fine with it. It's just I may not sound normal on audio. I'm not sure why my voice picks up like that. It's just how it is. If it doesn't look like I'm looking to the camera, it's because sometimes I'm absolutely oblivious and I'm looking at the actual screen instead of the camera. So if that happens, that's sort of just me. It's not you at all. I may need to turn your sound up, maybe down. It may sound a little staticky just because I'm using my iPhone because yep, I'm not a technological genius, and I really don't care at this point. So, warning, going in, I may sound terrible, but it doesn't matter because this is a LEGO video. Alright, so this is the video detailing a few more different pieces about my super secret LEGO Roadster that I made. Now, all of the pieces that you see here are all from the one set of which it has the LEGO Movie Super Secret Police car and the Emmett Wild style motorcycle. Granted, you don't have to use these exact pieces. This is just something I thought would be cool to build just from those pieces. Now, in the instructions from the LDD program, there are certain things that are not on there that are connected on here, only because there are certain things on here that the program can't tolerate. It goes beyond certain limits. So I will show you how to do those, along with when to insert the pullback motor. That way you can have your vehicle go back and then still turn freely. I like this as a feature, as I think almost any vehicle looks better when it has a power function to it. Only because it makes it a little more realistic. People are like, oh wow, that's really cool. So I'll be going over that in just a second here. Alright, so for putting in the pullback motor into the LEGO Roadster, it's probably best to put it in when you get to about piece 25 when you are building this. Now, I have this swiveled from a different view. That's one of the things I love about LDD is even though these are instructions on how to build it, you can use any of these direction keys and you can change where it is. That way, if it has a piece go on somewhere, you don't exactly know where it is. Just spin it around, move it up or down, upside down, anything you want, and you can find where it is. So here, you're going to want to put it underneath these three little stud pieces. It's about a 2x3 area underneath where the guy is sitting. Now, if you know what a pullback motor is on the back, it has a 1x2 amount of studs on top of here, and on the front it has a 2x2 amount. That 2x2 is what's going to go on this first 2x2 area right underneath him, to where it won't connect at all to the last 1x2 at the end, because that's where the other part of the little Technic part of it is going to be. mention something right now. When you are going through the directions on how to build this, it does it a little weird as it has you make the wheels and place them in position first before it then does these other pieces for it, which I don't know why it does it. I just want to let you know it's probably best to start with one wheel and add the axle through it and then the small red piece, followed by putting it through the actual chassis, followed by the other red piece in the wheel, and then sort of moving and tweaking it around so you get these two little end caps at the end of them. When you get to this point around pieces 51 here, you'll then see these axle pieces and this here. What this axle will be going through on your actual build will be that pullback motor. That's what this empty space is. And the only reason why there's the empty space is because I've not been able to find a pullback motor in LGD yet. Don't know if it's just not there or my hours of searching, I've just been oblivious to finding it. Alright, so when you are done, you should get something that looks like this when it is all said and done, in which you then have these pieces here that aren't connected at all. Now I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but something else I want to go over is this piece right here that is made. This is what goes over the reel. Sorry about this, I have my phone plugged in because I'm a dope and I don't have anything better to video tug this in. These are all hinged to where it's a little hard to see, but the best way I found is if this black piece, you have it about halfway through this stud here, then it's almost level with, say, the ground, and it's a perfect angle that it doesn't interfere with the reel at all. And so then we get to the side pieces here on this side of the vehicle. The best way that you're going to want to do it is to place first this 1x2 upwards angled piece with the little cylinder on it, followed by this 1x2 and connected pieces onto there as such, which will go right into those holes of the Technic beams. I can't do it on there only because of certain tolerances that it allows, so I'm sorry about that. Otherwise, you have this piece that you made, this sort of light piece, in which this goes right here onto a piece that it has on here already. I already have it connected because if you can see there, right underneath that that small gray piece is the black piece that you can see on there that is right next to the Technic piece, that 1x1 piece you put on the 1x1 brick with the outwards stud. So what you're going to do here, and it's not really tricky at all, the stud will go directly onto the gray, in which case it's then best to angle that 1x2 sort of curved piece right over the little light gray cylinder there, and then to hinge the hinge part backwards of the 1x2, and you may need to fuss around with them a little bit, but in the end you should get something that looks a lot like that with the look. That way it sort of has the effect of lights right next to the windshield there. Alright, and so that's pretty much it of what I have to say about the Super Secret Police Roadster. Like I said, use whatever pieces you have available. I just have a rule of any creation I have must be kept in its original form for about 5 months. I usually have it as, and then I tear it apart, and usually the one things I always do is I create something out of just those pieces before I were to put them into, say, my collection, where that's where most of it is now, all in specific drawers, or I have some drawers over there of random bigger pieces that really don't fit well. So build with whatever pieces you want. Otherwise, if you want those, then it's from the same set as the orange motorcycle from the Lego movie and the Super Secret Police car. I mean, stickers really aren't that important, it just gives it a nice look, and of course you can have whatever minifigure you want inside as well. That was just the one that came with it. So go ahead and have fun. I mean, you don't have to have the pullback motor in if you don't want. I think it's fun to sort of have it race, makes it a little more realistic, but do what you wish. And if you want to post pictures to me, I'd love to see your creations. If you have it in some funky way, you found some cool thing to, make it look better than mine possibly. So I've been, Christopher Ringelberg, the Lego Man Ringelberg, Lego MacGyver. Check out my blog, all that wonderful jazz, Facebook, Instagram. So all you master builders out there, stay bricky and keep building.